What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's your boy Difran. It's a beautiful Thursday at morning, mid-afternoon, whatever the fuck it is. It's a great time. If you're here watching either the broadcast live or you're watching the recast, appreciate you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, especially today. Turn on post notifications because today and tonight is the night Certified Lover Boy is dropping. We are doing a live album listening party tonight at 11 p.m. Central Time, 12 Eastern Time, and 9 o'clock Pacific Time. If you're over there, you know, California, all that. If you're over there, 9 o'clock. If you're in the central area, Chicago, Houston, whatever, 11 o'clock. And if you're on the East Coast, midnight. We are sitting here listening to Drake's album, live reaction with whoever comes and joins in on the fun. But before getting into that, also, you can go to SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes to listen to the audio versions of the podcast only if you want to go listen to the audio-only versions over there. But just go support the audio versions as well. Just subscribe, just follow, just like, go to iTunes, just rate it. Just do that if you can for me, please. So today isn't going to be a particularly long pod. I don't think so. I might, start just rambling on and it might get long, but I'm not really planning on this to be long. I'm just planning on this to drop for consistency. So we got a couple things I want to discuss. We have the features that are going to be on Certified Lover Boy tonight. And we're also going to talk about Kanye West's team claiming that it will be all good as long as Drake doesn't diss Kanye. But I'm going to talk about how hypocritical that is for Kanye's camp to come out and say something like that, especially after we just listened to some of the little digs. And I did a video about the digs and the disses on Donda directed at Drake. So we're going to speak about that as well. We're also going to talk about Cardi B defending the beloved Houston, I'm gonna say influencer, IG model, all that shit. I know I put that in the title, but it sounds weird when I say it. But the beloved Houston influencer Mercedes Morris and the response to her death and the blame for her lifestyle for her death. And we're going to speak about that as well. We're also going to touch on the Supreme Court rejecting to stop or put a stay to the heartbeat bill that went into effect in Texas, I believe, yesterday. We're just going to speak about a bunch of things, right? So, first things first, also, Absolutely Unsure podcast came out last night. It was a great podcast, in my opinion. It was strictly about Donda, reactions to Donda, arguments about Donda, comparisons about Drake, Kanye to Drake. It was a great conversation, a lot of loud moments, a lot of passionate moments, but I guarantee you that you will be entertained. So go over to Absolutely Unsure. There's on my channel, there's the Difran Show, Difran Clips, and the Absolutely Unsure podcast down there. Go check out Absolutely Unsure podcast as well on SoundCloud, Spotify, and iTunes, and all those things like that. But without further ado, let's get to the features. So Drake announces more CLB features. Project Pat, Tim's, I don't know if I'm saying that right, no disrespect to Nigeria, and maybe Travis Scott. So this is the article from Hot New Hip Hop. That's where I get all the articles because they're probably like the most up-to-date article posting website, so salute to them. But anyways, this is what he did. He posted these last night. Everybody was going crazy because the features were slightly announced. Hey, New York, the GOAT is on Certified Lover Boy. So when you see the GOAT, what do you think? You most likely think that Jay-Z is going to be on Drake's albums. If you listen to Drake's albums, there's, a lot of the times, I think on 4 of them, that you have a Jay-Z feature. Light Up, Jay-Z's on there. Pound Cake, Jay-Z's on there. What's the one they had on Scorpion? They had one on Scorpion. And I believe they had another one, but I think they took that one off, if I remember correctly. But he's had a feature with Jay-Z on about 4 of his projects. So anyways, this one is, I would assume, Jay-Z. You could also, if you want to go into a different realm, maybe he's talking about Nicki Minaj. Now, I know a lot of people say, Nicki Minaj isn't the GOAT. Nicki Minaj isn't this. But who knows? Drake, Nicki Minaj might be the GOAT, just a female rapper and what she's done. So it could be Nicki Minaj as well. But most likely, I'm sure it's probably Jay-Z. So we also have Atlanta. We got Slime, which is Young Thug. We got Pluto, which is Future. We got Savage, which is obviously 21. And we got Lil Baby on the album as well. So for this one, we've already been seeing leaks in pictures and photos coming from a video shoot where Young Thug, Future, and Drake are shooting a video. So I would assume that this is the song that this is going to come from. It's going to be a song with Drake, Future, and Young Thug. We'll see where 21 Savage lands. We'll see where Lil Baby lands. And let's get to some of the other features that are on the project tonight. So then we have Hey Chicago. Smirk is on Certified Lover Boy. And obviously, he's most likely going to be on Laugh Now, Cry Later. But I would not be surprised as well with the collaborations that Lil Baby and Durk have been doing, that there is a Durk, Lil Baby, Drake feature on this project tonight. We see Meek Mill just drop Sharing Locations featuring Lil Durk and Lil Baby. That's a great song. We saw DJ Khaled drop a song with Lil Durk and Lil Baby, and that's one of the most popular records off of his album. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lil Durk is featured twice on the album tonight. One, obviously, with Laugh Now, Cry Later. That's the big hit. Let's get the sales jumped up a little bit more than they probably already will be. But then let's add the voice and the hero onto a track with the boy. So the boy, the voice and the hero, and then we'll see what happens with that. We got California. Giveon and Ty Dolla on Certified Lover Boy. Great. I love the singers. I love the vocalists when you put these guys on the album. Giveon was on the best song of last year, just from my Spotify listen to, right? I'm only going off my Spotify. I don't know what you think your best song was, but according to my Spotify, the song that I listened to the most last year was Chicago Freestyle. And a big part of that was Drake, but also a bigger part probably was because of Giveon. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but that guy, vocals, top tier. Anyways, we also got Memphis, Yeba, and Project Pat are on Certified Lover Boy. I'm going to assume that Project Pat is not having a full-fledged verse on Certified Lover Boy tonight. I would think that Project Pat probably has a sample on Certified Lover Boy that Drake uses, because he got to bring, I think his dad is from Memphis, or he lived in Memphis for a little bit, so he has to bring in that Memphis aspect. Also, Yeba, I looked up Yeba. She is a young lady who is a singer, so I would assume that Yeba will have a part in a chorus or a bridge or something like that on the album. Probably not a full-length singing part, but she will be a voice that Drake uses in his album to enhance the beat, a sample, something like that. Who else we got? Then we have, hey, Houston, we here. The hometown hero is on CLB. There's a lot of people who could be hometown heroes. Not going to lie to you. It could be Travis Scott. It could be. But you know how legendary it would be? You know how legendary it would be if Drake got 0 on his album? Now, Travis Scott might be a hometown hero because he's gotten big, he's mainstream, he's out of here, he's gone the same. But could you imagine if Drake got 0, another singing rapper? One of the, I don't know if he's the OG, but in Houston, he's the OG of singing and rapping on his album as well. It'd be crazy. It'd be stupid. But I don't know. It's probably Travis Scott, just because, him and Travis have been making hits together for the past couple of years. But hold on real quick. Let me go to the comment section real quick. Can't wait. What time does it drop? It's dropping at midnight. We here at 11. We're streaming it. We're having a conversation about it. So that's what we doing. Drake album better be better than Kanye West album. We talked about that on the Absolute Sure podcast. Go check that out over there. Is that all the features we got? And then Nigeria. Salute to Nigeria. We got Thames. I don't know how to say it, but she is on the album as well. And this is another one I believe will be more of a vocalist role than having like verses and things like that. So if you really look at the track listing, there will only be one. And this is me assuming there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. There'll be 6 features of people actually rapping on the album. Everybody else, Ty Dolla $ign, Giveon, Yeba, Tim's, even Project Pat. What I said, Project Pat, I believe, will be a sample and not an actual verse, will be on Certified Lover. So there'll be 6 legit, like, rapping features, I believe, on Certified Lover Boy. Maybe the album will be about 14 songs, so maybe let's say 6 of the songs have rapping features on it. The rest of them will be Drake and some of the singers. I'm prepared for a great album. Everybody's hyping it up. Everybody's saying this. People who have heard the album say masterpiece, say classic, say this, say that. I watched another IG Live, a story with Carnage, when they was finishing up mixing the vocals. He said it was legendary. He might want to be sitting next to Drake, so maybe him wanting to sit next to Drake is, he just hyping it up a little bit. But I honestly have a lot of expectations for this album. And I want to prepare you tonight, too. If you come to the live stream and you just sit down with us and listen to the album, with Drake's albums, I don't think I ever like immediately loved them out the gate. Like I don't immediately like, damn, this shit's amazing. This shit's great. I got to listen to it a couple of times to really be like, this is like, I like this music. Not that I don't like it. Let me rephrase what I'm saying. Not that it's not good when I first listened to it, but I'm always have high expectations of Drake, so sometimes I have to let them expectations settle to where like this is still a great project, but I might be expecting some like astronomical, crazy Take Care sounding type of album. And also you got to think Take Care is now a classic, and you probably had to listen to Take Care 2 or 3 times to really settle in that this is a classic project that Drake dropped. So I thought about that earlier too. Trail the Photographer, Moneybagg Yo, and Drake would have been a great collab, especially the whole Memphis, Tennessee thing that Drake has going on. Moneybagg Yo off, also, obviously from Memphis. So that would have been a great thing for Certified Lover Boy. But like I said, I'm excited for the album tonight. We're going live to react to the album tonight. So like I said, make sure you are here. If you want to come, fuck it, come kick it. It's going to be me. I think Bryce is going to be on. And we'll see who else wants to join. If anybody else wants to join the Certified Lover Boy album release party, fuck it, zoom in. We gonna do it. So, amid the celebration, we got the drama, right? So Kanye's team put out like a statement or something like that, referring to Kanye and him having beef and this and that with certain people. Let's read the article. So, the feud between Kanye West and Drake has been ongoing for years now, though it has occasionally cooled off during periods of inactivity, because let's be honest, nobody cares about the beef when they're inactive. It seems as if every time either one releases new music, the beef runs the risk of igniting. It recently gained new traction ahead of Kanye West Donda after Drake claimed Ye was burnt out on the Trippie Redd collaboration Betrayal. The slight caused Kanye to snap, retaliating by leaking Drake's Toronto home address, though he opted to not engage on wax. While certain Donda bars could probably be interpreted as Drizzy shade, it would have felt thematically counterintuitive to get disrespectful on such a spiritually driven project. So there was Drake I want to say this is, but there were Drake subliminals on this album. He said, "You think when you see me, you think like I look like a ghost? You want to come in here and play with the goats?" Like he's talking to Drake. I broke it down in the video of where he got those bars from Drake from, and then what he's responding to. They were to Drake. That's not to say Drake will take the same approach. However, with Certified Lover Boy Days Away allegedly taking a more rap-centric approach than previous releases, it's certainly possible that Drake does not extend the same courtesy to his former collaborator. Kanye's camp is already assessing the possibility, and Kanye's manager, Boo Theon, recently spoke with TMZ about the potential consequences and disrespectful bars might elicit. Hey, let me tell you something, Boo, whoever. Bro, we're not, in no shape or form is anybody worried about a rap beat between Drake and Kanye as far as Kanye being able to battle back and forth with Drake on this. I don't think so. Now, maybe he bring Pusha T and maybe Pusha T expose another baby and people go crazy. Oh my God, he got a baby. Drake got another. Who gives a fuck about the baby? No disrespect to the baby, but I'm saying as far as who gives a fuck about this man having a baby? That's his baby. That's his life. That's how he wants to do it. The consequence. What would Kanye have for Drake if Drake decides to diss Kanye? What's he gonna do? Like is he gonna send the dogs at Drake? He gonna send the help? We asking for the boss. We ain't asking for the help. But anyways, it's two creatives taking jabs at each other, but they can rectify it, says Boo. We'll see. But his album comes out, depending on what he says on his album, we'll see. While that's a rather open-ended take on the matter, it's clear that Kanye and his team are opting to wait and see how the situation plays out. Though the idea of Kanye responding on wax feels unlikely, he did allude to going full Joker on his opponent in an ominous group DM. As for Kanye's potential feud with Chris Brown, scorned after some of his contributions were left off Donda, Theon confirms that Ye personally reached out to squash any potential tension. Theon maintains that Kanye's role as a producer is to ensure that his creative vision is realized, and such a process could occasionally lead to cut contributions. In any case, it would appear that Ye successfully nipped this one in the bud, so don't expect Chris to fire for any disses at Kanye. As for Soulja Boy, Theon curiously makes no mention. So we're not going to mention Soulja Boy. We don't give a fuck about no Soulja Boy. Why would we care about what Soulja Boy has to say? But they say these things, right? Like, we'll see if Drake disses Kanye. If he like Kanye didn't just subliminally diss Drake on his album. Like nobody, like Drake in this point in his career is bigger musically, not influentially, not fashionly, not any of that type of shit. Not media hype, creating this crazy media train by doing this and that. Not like that. Not a master of media like Kanye, but just musically, Drake is better than Kanye musically, not producing. Now who could produce? Now who could do this? Now who could just putting out song for song for song for song? Drake is better than Kanye today. He just is. So, but my point being that is, they keep saying they're waiting for Drake to respond while Kanye West is also being passively aggressive, competing with Drake on his own time, because Kanye West started throwing up billboards all over Toronto. If you remember, Drake started throwing up his billboards in Toronto like subtly. Not the, hey, you're featured, shit like this. She's only a good girl because Hell Don't got Chanel. Who is this? Amazon Music put this billboard up, but it's still a Drake billboard. So you started putting up little maybe slogans that are on the album, maybe little quirky bars that are on the album. So what Kanye did was, I'm going to flex my muscle and I'm going to get these big ass Donda billboards put up around Toronto as well. They're competing. I like competition. I'm not worried about competition. That's great. But when one team acts like it's like we're only reacting to what he does because he's doing it, and then we're just going to have to react when your guy is actively doing things as well, and we've already actively heard the things that he's done behind the scenes to a person like Drake. It's kind of like y'all are trying to play victim here. Like, well, we're only doing it because Drake's the one that's, now we're going to see if he says anything to us, even though we've had a couple bars from him in Donda. But if he disses us, then there's potential consequences that they might hold. Shut your ass up. We ain't worried about that. Certified Lover Boy on the way, man. And I don't want to hear nobody, oh, you dick rap. I don't give a fuck. That's my favorite artist. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Y'all niggas got y'all favorite artists who y'all rock with, y'all listen to. When it comes to this music shit, we get passionate over here when it's about artists that we fuck with. Now, I'm sure like I'll get passionate whenever Kendrick drop his album too, because that's like real rap shit. That's real motherfucker doing real shit. But anyways, that's all I got for Kanye, Drake, Certified Lover Boy. Can't really say too much about it. I just wanted to run through the features with you guys, give my early predictions, and then tonight we'll see what happens. So this is something I wanted to talk about yesterday, but I was like, hey, I'm going to do Absolute Shit Live tonight, so I'm not going to speak about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I seen it going around, though, and I just thought it was very distasteful. So if you remember, if you watched the other episode number 34, I believe it was, you saw me speaking about Instagram, Houston influencer Mercedes Moore being killed in her home by what has now, I guess, found out to be a stalker. So Cardi B defends late Instagram model Miss Mercedes Moore when fans blame the rising star for her own death after she was found strangled in a murder-suicide. Now, let me write this down quick. My bad. I'm trying to timestamp it up for the people that like the little timestamp shit so they know whenever something's popping up. But anyways, if you didn't know, she got strangled by some guy named Kevin that came from Florida. Let's read it. Cardi B came to the defense of late Instagram model Miss Mercedes Moore, who died in a reported murder-suicide in Houston, Texas over the weekend. Moore, 33, was found strangled to death in her apartment by an alleged stalker, Florida man Kevin Alexander Accordo, who was found upstairs lying in a pool of blood after stabbing himself in the neck when Mercedes' father kicked down. I wondered, did he kill himself when he heard the dad coming in the door? Because that's how they're framing this. I didn't ever hear this. Stabbed himself in the neck when he heard her father kick down the door. The 28-year-old rapper, Cardi B, took to Instagram after online chatter began swirling that Moore, whose full name is Janae Gagner, was responsible for her own death due to her lifestyle as a public figure on multiple social channels, including Facebook, Snapchat, and OnlyFans. Moore's family told TMZ they were grateful for the Bodak Yellow singer for bringing awareness to her death because Cardi took the attention away from her daughter's alleged murderer and put it back on Mercedes. Cardi was also invited by to Moore's celebration of life in Houston on Saturday, but the family says they understand she's a busy woman and they're just thankful Cardi brought awareness to the case. Here's what Cardi said. So sad and F you bitches, and I don't know what that word says, trying to justify it because of her lifestyle. Y'all will hate on a bad bitch, dead or alive. She was a sweetheart. Moore's sister London claimed the man who killed Mercedes was been stalking her online in a lengthy Instagram post made shortly after fan accounts began reporting on her death. Her father, Mark, also tweeted that he was upset with social media gossip surrounding his daughter's death. The false statements put out by social media and several news outlets is alarming. The death of my daughter is still under investigation. Until we have all the facts, no statement will be made. Please respect the family. So I think this is the comment by her sister. She said, niggas don't know shit. She wasn't robbed. It just was a stalker from out of state who been stalking her. Don't play on my baby's name ever. I got daddy and grandma name. I feel you. I feel you with telling me you're good. I hate everything right now. So like, it's a sad and tragic. Is there more to it? Mark reportedly found his daughter's body. Oh yeah, I seen that. He found his daughter's body when he kicked in the door. Like, can you imagine kicking in the door and finding your daughter's lifeless body and some fucking random weirdo with his, I don't know, stabbed himself in the neck upstairs in your daughter's apartment, bleeding out dead? I would have done some extra shit to the guy. I ain't gonna hold you. If I walk in when there's no police there and my child is dead on the floor and her murderer is upstairs in the room, bled out, probably already dead, I'm gonna get a couple like face kicks in. I'm gonna get a couple licks in. Through just pain, I would think that's how I feel. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a charge. I don't know none of that, but that's how I feel in that moment. But to speak about the lifestyle question about Mercedes Moore, right? So she was a influencer on social media. She had a nice body. She posts provocative pictures. As I said, she had an OnlyFans, maybe a private Snapchat as well. So she did what a lot of girls who have that body type do in today's day and age to make money. So to blame her directly for her death instead of blaming the weirdo who came to be obsessive, to me it's just distasteful. Like, I get what she's doing can lead to like nasty men maybe believing that they have a shot, maybe believing that they're in a relationship, because like I said, if you are on OnlyFans and you're sending guys messages like, hey, sweetie, do this with me. Hey, baby, send me some money and I'll do this for you. Guys who don't really operate in real life may really believe that you're actually in love with them. They may actually believe you guys are in a relationship together. They may actually believe that. But I'm not going to blame this girl because this guy traveled across the country to, I don't know what we don't know what he meant to come to do, right? He may have been a weirdo who came thinking that he was going to actually get some play in real life. I don't know how he found her house. Maybe he knew where she was going to be at, then followed her home. I don't know the details. Thought he was actually going to get something from her because he thought maybe she actually liked him. And then when he realized that she really wasn't fucking with her, did what he did. Because when I brought it up the other day, I felt like the eerie similarity to this. She used to dance with that weird guy, right? She used to get that weird guy all the attention. No, I'm just here with you, baby. Nah, we rocking tonight. Yeah, dancing on them. Oh yeah, baby, we doing it. And what happened to her? The weird guy who doesn't really probably have a social life outside the strip club, doesn't get noticed outside of being outside of paying. Of, is this lifestyle dangerous? Can you attract people that want to harm you by living this lifestyle? You can do that, right? Conversations are there. Someone brought up a conversation of just how dangerous the sex work game can be, whether it be legal or not legal, because OnlyFans is legal, but there's not a lot of protections from these people looking you up, finding you. You're on social media. You're putting where your locations are. There are a lot of weird people in it, so they'll go and find you. But I wouldn't sit here 2 days after her death and be like, oh, it's your fault. Or what are people saying? Oh, she needed a pimp. Or, oh, she needed this. It's like, bro, you can't control it. Even if she had a pimp, and I don't know how pimp shit works, would she be having a pimp and she live in a pimp house with a bunch of other girls that do whatever OnlyFans type of shit she does? Is it like a pimp house? Because if you have a pimp and you still got to go back to your house by yourself, how would the pimp have saved her if the pimp don't live with her? So that's just things I've seen people throwing out. People don't look. I feel like with social media, we don't look at the humanity of people. When things happen, we look at that situation and we rush to have commentary and judgment on it without realizing there's actual person behind this death. There's actual people who are grieving behind this death. So some of the commentary at this point in time isn't really that necessary. Is there a broader conversation we can have about the promotion of these things due to dangerous things? Yeah, you can have that conversation. I might think that you had a conversation with that guy who probably thought, because like he was writing things like sorry to the landlord, sorry, let me say for you because I want to read some of the things that he said in relation to what. So he died. Okay, this is what happened. So Mark alleged that Ricardo plunged a knife in his neck right after he heard Mark kicking on the door. Mark then went upstairs to find Ricardo lying on the ground bleeding. He died second. So confirmed to this is the dad kicked in the door and the guy was still there while his daughter was down there lifeless. And when he realized somebody was coming in, he killed himself. And that is so. I wonder if nobody was there to kick down the door, if nobody would have came to check on her, would this guy have gotten away with this? But anyways, he wrote messages in lipstick on the wall. The message included the phrases, "I should have stayed in Florida. I wish I never loved her. I was used." Mark also alleged that it looked as though Cordo had been in the home for 2 or 3 days, writing all over the walls. Mark Gagnier said he was in his daughter's house. The daughter's dead on the floor. I didn't know what he did. He was twitching. He was gurgling. I could look in the room. There's writing all over the walls. He was there for like 2 days writing on the walls. There's blood all over the apartment. Supposedly when I kicked the door and he ended his life, for me to see that, I kind of was just in shock. I just stood there. So that's sad, bro. Just to think like, just to think as a parent, like your child isn't answering your phone calls, your child isn't answering your text messages, and to think that this guy may have been in her home for 2 days. Because like I said in the other video, who knows what this guy could have been doing to her over those 2 days. If this guy is a sick in the head individual, I don't even want to say it, but you can just imagine the things that this guy was doing to her and potentially her lifeless body. And I don't know, I feel like speaking on that just sounds distasteful. I'm just telling you the possibilities of what could have happened in that home and the horrors that dad had to endure when he walked in the home and he had to see his daughter laying there, and then have to get on the internet saying, well, if she wasn't in there, she could have did that, or she did this, and she did that. It's like, bro, this ain't the time for type shit like that. But that's all I got for that. Rest in peace to Mercedes Moore, a.k.a. she's Janae Gagner, a.k.a. Mercedes Moore. And that is a sad and tragic thing. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I was like, bro, Houston is getting a little too crazy. We seeing things going on with the nightlife. I spoke about it already, but I'm going to say it again if you didn't catch that part. We had a DJ that worked at a strip club, shot, his car was stolen. He got killed. He left behind, I believe, a daughter, so rest in peace to him. Then there was another young lady coming home from the club one night, like a week or two ago as well, and she got shot at in the garage over 50 times. It's crazy shit going on. So rest in peace, everybody. I think this is probably the last time I speak about it. She's like they said in the thing, she'll be laid to rest Saturday. So rest in peace to her, especially 33, man. 33 is not old at all. When you're young, you might think 33 is old, but 33, she could have had another 33 left in the tank. She could have had another 43 or 53. Who knows? Like, this guy came through, weirdo, took her life. It's sad and it's tragic. So going into this is really just some dumb shit that I seen that I wanted to speak about, just to make the podcast a little bit longer today, since I ain't really got too much to talk about. But the Drake album, we got Dog the Bounty Hunter. So Dog the Bounty Hunter is still going on a world tour and being asked about when he used the N-word. So Dog the Bounty Hunter uses Eminem example to explain why he said N-word. If you don't know who Dog the Bounty Hunter is, he's a legendary bounty hunter from TV. If you don't know Dog the Bounty Hunter, I don't know where you've been at the last 20 odds, however long the Bounty Hunter show's been on. But anyways, television personality Dog the Bounty Hunter, real name Dwayne Chapman, has been accused of racism and homophobia on several occasions. Most notably, a phone call was leaked a few years ago, which included Chapman using the N-word a few times. His own daughter also alleged that Dog is homophobic. During a recent interview with Kevin Frazier on Entertainment Tonight, Chapman denied all of the accusations, using Eminem as an example as to why he used the N-word so frequently. I've never been racist, said Dog in an interview. I'm 33.5% Apache. But I don't know what that has to do with being racist or not, but I'll let you rock with it. But because of over 15 years ago, I have an Achilles heel because I used the wrong word. Dog says that after he got out of prison, he was under the impression that the brothers of the black tribe gave him a pass to say the hurtful slur. I thought I had a pass in the black tribe to use it, kind of like Eminem. I don't even think Eminem doesn't even have a pass to use the N-word. Maybe around his friends, but like if Eminem was to come on in a record tomorrow and be like, I be on the record like Jigga, that's my nigga, da-da-da, he would get blasted. If he said, I'm on the record with my nigga Jigga, Eminem would get toasted. Maybe Eminem said the N-word early in his career. A little bit different. Social media wasn't as sensitive. People weren't as passionate about these things. But if Eminem said that today, he would. Cancel culture is not real, right? Eminem wouldn't get canceled. I'm not saying Eminem will get canceled. But there will be a social media backlash. Because it's kind of hard to cancel a rapper like Eminem. But there would be a long-standing backlash against Eminem. But anyways, I thought I had a pass in the black tribe to use it kind of like Eminem. I had just got out of prison in 1979 after spending 18 months in Texas, and it was probably 3/4 from the black tribe. So that was a word that we used back and forth maybe as a compliment. My past experience for using it, my past expired for using it, but no one told me that. To say a racist name doesn't qualify and make you a racist. Frazier pushed back and said the proximity to black people does not discount someone's racism, and that if you use the word, they are racist. Now, this is my thing. I don't think if you necessarily use the word and you're white, you are a racist. I just feel like you should know better than to use that word, especially now if you use it in a certain context, yes, it could be deemed as racist. But if he's just saying it in conversation with his friends, I don't think that is racist. I just think as a white person, you should probably know I probably shouldn't be doing this, right? Just like, for example, the F word with the gay community. I say it on here in context of reading an article, but every time I say it, I feel like they got the potential to look at me like a white person that says the N word in their community, because maybe when they hear that word, that's how they feel. So when I say it, I'm kind of like, am I sounding like a white person that says the N-word? Regardless if I'm using it in context or not, because if a white news reporter was to get on the news and be like reading an article word for word and somebody said the N-word and they read it, people would be mad. But I don't know. I don't really think about it too much, but I'm just trying to bring in the context of what that would look like in that scenario. But anyways, this is what Dr. Bounty Hunter also said. I have more black friends than Eminem, which prompted even more pushback from Frazier. Would I die for a gay man or a black man? I'd lay my life down. The Eminem example surely stems from a leaked audio clip from an unreleased song decades ago, which featured Eminem rapping the N-word, which, like I said, if he did it a long time ago, people probably didn't catch it. People probably didn't really care back in the day. But like I said, in today's context, in 2021, if Eminem was to use the N-word, he would be roasted. And honestly, Dog the Bounty Hunter, you don't even look like a person who should let the N-word fly out your mouth, because optically, if you didn't know Dog the Bounty Hunter, you would look at him just from perceived media, not saying that he is, but you would look at perceived media and be like, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was racist. Just look at him. Don't he look like the guy you see at the grocery store, like all these damn niggas in the store? Like, he looked like that kind of guy. I'm not saying he is, but it gives off that look that he is. He's saying he Apache and all this shit. No, you look like the white guy down the store that's mad that black people are taking over the town. That's how he looks. Not saying that's what he is, but that's just a little story I want to speak about, because it didn't make sense. I have more black friends than Eminem. I have this. My black card. I mean, I guess his black tribe card expired. That's why I can't say the N-word anymore. Like black people just passing out cards. Like here's a you know how when what are those things called? If you go to like a donut shop or you go to like a coffee shop and they give you like a rewards coupon, and every time you come here you click it, and once you get to the top you get a reward. But his is here's a nigga pass. Every time you say the N-word, you click it and you got 10 times to use it. Once you click it, it's over. And he didn't realize that his shit's been expired for a couple years now because he wasn't in prison anymore. But I don't even know if I believe his story too much. Maybe he is a racist. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's homophobic. Maybe he's not. You know, that's for him to really deal with and decide on. But in the more serious shit that we got going on in the world, the Supreme Court has come out and rejected The abortion, a stay of the abortion law that's going on in Texas. If you're in Texas, you know that they passed a law yesterday saying that you can no longer legally get an abortion after 6 weeks' time. So if you try to get an abortion after 6 weeks, it's supposed to be no medical care provider will allow you to get one. But there's also a caveat within it that if let's look at it, me personally, right? Say my neighbor, I find out my neighbor's pregnant. And my neighbor don't have shit to do with me. Don't have nothing to do with me. But I find out that my neighbor went and got an abortion. I can sue the medical provider that gave her the abortion, potentially win $10,000, and also sue the person who took her to get the abortion. So we on like not a self-snitching thing, but we snitching on the abortionist. So let's read the article. Supreme Court rejects abortion providers' request to stay Texas heartbeat law. The Supreme Court declined to stay a Texas law banning most abortions after 6 weeks in a 5-4 decision on Thursday. The ruling comes 24 hours after the Texas law went into effect on Wednesday morning, banning abortions in almost all cases after cardiac activity is detected in the unborn child. And if you know anything about pregnancy, you know that a lot of women don't really find out they're pregnant until about 6 weeks or later than that, when the heartbeat is already gone and beaten. The court's decision sets up a potential historic win for the pro-life movement by overturning Supreme Court precedents set in 1992 in Planned Parenthood versus Casey and in 1973 in Roe versus Wade, according to the Washington Free Beacon. While Texas is not the first state to enact such legislation known as heartbeat laws, Texas' case is the first to avoid a stay preventing the law from taking effect. So if you don't remember, I believe Georgia had one. I don't know if it was Ohio, one of like the states up in the north, they had one, but federal courts stopped them from being able to enact that law. But Texas is the first one to able to really push to the forefront because the Supreme Court said they can do that if they want to. So what else are we reading? The Supreme Court decided in a narrow decision against granting relief to a group of abortion providers in the state. Chief Justice John Roberts joined the court's liberal wing in dissenting. The court's conservative majority rejected the abortion provider's request because of the law's enforcement mechanism, which separates it from heartbeat laws passed in the states. The law deputizes private citizens, granting them standing to file lawsuits against violating abortion providers rather than authorizing state agents to police them. The court dismissed the request, which names every state court judge and clerk as defendants based on procedural grounds. It is unclear whether the named defendants in this lawsuit can or will seek to enforce the Texas law against the applicants in a manner that might permit our intervention, the ruling states. The state has represented that neither it nor its executive employees possess the authority to enforce the Texas law either directly or indirectly, nor is it clear whether under existing precedent this court can issue an injunction against state judges asked to decide a lawsuit under Texas law. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I ain't go to law school. I don't know what the fuck they was talking about in that article. In that portion of the article, there's a lot of legal jargon in there that, I ain't got to break it down for me a little bit more in my terms. But anyways, the court was also careful not to suggest it had made a decision on the constitutionality of the law. In reaching this conclusion, we stress that we do not purport to resolve definitively any jurisdictional or substantive claim in the applicant's lawsuit. In particular, the order is not based on any conclusion about the constitutionality of Texas law and in no way limits other procedurally proper challenges to Texas law, including in Texas state courts. So they're saying, I think I kind of got that one down. They're not saying that they're striking down any kind of pushback to the bill or any appeals to get the bill stopped. They're saying in one aspect of it that they are not putting a stay to that aspect. They're not saying that they will never stop this law from actually taking place so people can get abortions. That's what I'm thinking that they're saying. Don't take my word for it. Maybe look up a little legal jargon, but that's what I'm assuming that they're saying. So the Texas law allows citizens to sue abortion providers and those who aid and abet illegally procedures for financial reward if the lawsuit is successful. The Texas law bars state officials from actually enforcing it, designed and intended to make it difficult to challenge in the courts. Usually a lawsuit aiming to block such a law as unconstitutional names state officials as defendants. Instead, the Texas law deputizes private citizens. So are they using this new law instead of saying that people in Texas, like the agencies will ban it, or we're just going to let the people go run around and decide who's bad, who's good, who should be sued, who should not be sued? I don't know. if you're pregnant in Texas and you're out here fucking around, wear protection because ain't no more abortions for you. Unless you catch it before the 6-week period, then you can go get an abortion. But if you don't catch it, ain't no abortion. So I mean, I think it's good as far as that aspect. A lot of people are so into this hookup culture that they just out here fucking anybody. No condom, no this, no that, whatever. We just fucking to be fucking. You get pregnant, you're just like, well, I'm just gonna get an abortion. So I feel like now it's gonna hold a lot of people more accountable. People in Texas will probably be more restrained from having, and I'm not like some Bible thumper. Oh my God, you guys having sex? Don't have sex. But it'll make people more responsible in the way that they go about having sex with different people. Because especially like guys should be fucking. But if I was a girl, right? And this is gonna sound weird, but if I was a girl, and you see what happens with girls who have sex with guys just can get up and leave, right? Girls can get abortions, but in Texas, you really can't get an abortion no more. You got to really be looking at who you letting hit as a lady. Now, guys should take responsibility for babies they make, but a lot of guys don't take that responsibility of the babies they make. That's why we have a lot of guys that don't take care of their kids. But women, if you don't be stuck with the baby, you need to be looking at the niggas that you letting nut inside of you, letting go raw in you, or just letting have sex with you in general. You got to be looking at these niggas. Don't just meet a guy at the club you don't know shit about, don't know his financials, don't know his credit, don't know his this, don't know his that. Don't let him just fuck you just to fuck you. Just because you out of liberation, slut walk this and that. Now you stuck with a baby from somebody who ain't worth the fuck. You gotta. Hey, I think it's gonna create a lot of regression in the hookup culture, and people be more hesitant as far as who they let have sex with them because there are no abortions, right? You might, I took a Plan B. That shit might not work all the time. Yeah, go take a Plan B. Okay, I'm just give it for adoption, but who knows? That's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. You can go look at the show over there on the audio versions only as well. iTunes, give it a 5-star rating and review to move it up within the rankings over there. I need to be better about putting the audio on the platforms, but the audio will start to be on those platforms as well. Tonight, 11 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Pacific. Certified Lover Boy album listening party will take place here. So if you're awake, you ain't got shit to do, come check out the album with us over here on the channel. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Great weekend. See you guys next time. It's your boy Difran. Peace. Oh, shit, I'm not even stop streaming. I'm tripping. I stopped recording.